Wait till you see the big hill. Don't go away. They came into my store about 3 years ago, and they confiscated all my stuff. And they said that I wasn't in any trouble, but that I couldn't reopen the store. I said, if I'm not in any trouble, then you need to give me my shit back, because I'm going to reopen my store. He said, if you reopen your store, we're going to take you to jail. And I said, well, you better warm up the car, because I'm open. About 10 minutes they were down there, had me arrested, put me in jail for 3 days, confiscated my wheelchair the whole time I was in jail, left me sitting on a bed.
Bullshit.
For 3 days in the county jail without even an avenue to the bathroom. No crutches, no walker, no canes, no nothing. Just left me sitting on a bed in the county jail. Gillette, Wyoming. 5 months later I went to jury trial. In 30 minutes the jury acquitted me on all 3 charges.
Good.
Possession of drug paraphernalia and 2 counts of knowingly, or 2 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia with intent to deliver. I filed a petition to retrieve my property, and the state of Wyoming sued me in civil court under a civil forfeiture for the right to destroy my property because it was drug paraphernalia, even though a jury found me not guilty of possession of drug paraphernalia, and those pipes were the subject of that charge. They said the jury didn't say that it wasn't drug paraphernalia, they said that I wasn't in possession of drug paraphernalia. My defense to the charge was that I'm in possession of these pipes.
You were in possession of them.
But they're not drug paraphernalia. I am in possession of them and I am selling them, but they're not drug paraphernalia, minus drug resin.
Huh.
A judge in that kangaroo court determined by preponderance of the evidence that 51% of the people probably smoked marijuana out of my pipes, so they're drug paraphernalia, and ordered 330 of them destroyed. I appealed it to the Wyoming Supreme Court. The Wyoming Supreme Court upheld it, saying that it wasn't double jeopardy, that they tried me in 2 different sovereigns.
How is that?
And
different sovereigns.
That it's okay to charge somebody in 2 different sovereigns because it's not double jeopardy. It's only double jeopardy when they charge you twice in state court or twice in federal court. The 5th Amendment of the Constitution says you can't put someone twice in jeopardy for the same offense. It doesn't say that
specify the court, right?
It doesn't say that you can't put them twice in jeopardy for the same offense in state court. It doesn't say that you can put them once in jeopardy for the same offense in state court and once in jeopardy for the same offense in federal court. It says that you can't put someone twice in jeopardy. And after my civil trial, after my acquittal, I reopened the store. I was open for 8 months waiting to go to civil trial. When the civil trial came up, 30 minutes later, they came back and confiscated 2,500 pipes from me in Gillette and about 1,500 in Casper, and shut down both of my stores, and indicted me federally and charged me with 3 counts of knowingly selling drug paraphernalia. The first of the 3 federal counts is the same count that I was already acquitted for by a state jury.
So that's double jeopardy right there.
So I'm reopened. I'm knowingly selling items that a jury of my peers said wasn't drug paraphernalia. That's my natural defense to the charge of knowingly selling drug paraphernalia.
Just keep doing it.
But the clause in the new trial is that I can't mention the fact that I've already been acquitted by another jury to the second jury.
How is there a clause in the trial?
They requested that the judge institute a gag order on me, meaning basically I would face contempt of court charges and immediate incarceration if I talked about my first or second trial during my third trial. I'm assuming he didn't want the jury to develop any theories about vindictive prosecution or double jeopardy, because he instituted the same gag order on my public defender and specifically threatened to have him escorted directly to the county jail if he violated it. Without the power to dictate what facts, law, and evidence are applicable, juries cannot be a protection to the accused. If people acting in the name of government are permitted by jurors to dictate any law whatever, they can also unfairly dictate whatever evidence is admissible or inadmissible, and thereby prevent the whole truth from being considered. If government can manipulate and control both law and evidence, the issue of fact becomes virtually irrelevant. In reality, true justice is denied, leaving us with trial by government and not trial by jury. I elected not to testify during the third trial. Seriously, I didn't even know what to say or how to say it. With the gag order in place, it was like trying to tell the story of Christmas without mentioning Santa Claus. It literally robbed me of the truth. I don't believe I owed any further explanation as to count one, because to this day I'm unable to even comprehend how it ever came to pass. My natural defense to the second and third count of knowingly selling drug paraphernalia would have been, was, and still is, quite frankly, that I was knowingly selling items that a jury of my peers specifically said was not drug paraphernalia, when they found me not guilty of possession of drug paraphernalia and not guilty of 2 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia with intent to deliver. Fair trial? Forcing me into a courtroom, making me take an oath to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, while simultaneously threatening to throw me in jail if I do?
They found me guilty, sentenced me to 3 years in federal prison. I'm supposed to report on Friday. And I'm
Quick
going
to do
around
that.
the state from store to store to store. I've been to the warehouse in Riverton, I've been to Rose Petal and Rock Springs, and I've been here. And I'm just trying to illustrate that it's selective prosecution. You know, there's 6 other stores open and running in Wyoming right now, and if it's illegal, then it's got to be illegal for the other 6 stores too.
Right.
Not trying to focus negative attention on your store. I'm trying to bring it into a positive light.
Strength in numbers.
I'm not just giving anyone 3 more years of my life. I've been put through 3 consecutive trials over the course of the last 3 years. You have no idea what a person might go through psychologically preparing for a single battle that could result in losing the totality of your liberties. So there's no way you could possibly imagine what it might have been like going through the same process back to back to back. You can link this video to your buddies on Facebook or simultaneously send it as a bulletin to every one of your friends on MySpace with just 1 click via the simple Facebook and MySpace options below. You may be somebody or know somebody who can shine light on what's happening to me. MSNBC, CBS, NBC, ABC, Montel and Oprah, Bill O'Reilly, Geraldo Rivera, Regis and Kelly, a lawyer like Robert Vaughn, who's an unbelievably gifted speaker, gentleman and attorney who specializes in drug paraphernalia cases as well as harassment, who might enable me to find a permanent solution to this temporary problem. Any of the above-named entities and more can be linked to this story by simply clicking the Send Video tab and entering the address found on their websites, such as Robert Vaughn Law at Comcast.net. There's so much you could do with the tool in front of you. The internet is literally the equivalent of being able to knock on the front door of any office in the world. So please take advantage of the forwarding options provided to you here as quickly as you're through. I promised someone at the onset of the second charge being filed against me that I would never give in and that I would never give up. I'm not afraid of retaliation, and big hills don't intimidate me. How am I doing, Mom? I love you, lady. God bless.
A ver, ¿para quién es?
Para Jesús.
Para Jesús. ¿Y quién cuidado nosotros?
Jesús.
Jesús. Dile gracias a Jesús.
Gracias a Jesús.
Y gracias a Dios.
Y gracias a Dios.
Ándale. Dame un 5. Ándale. ¿Y cómo se llama usted?
Felipe.
Felipe. Mi amigo Felipe. Dile adiós, gringos. Adiós, gringos. Dile.
Adiós, gringo.
Felipe, tú eres en el internet. Se llama YouTube. Tú eres famoso, amigo.